this. Is there anything you want the fans to know or any last thing you want to say to them before we get to see this series tonight?
This is where the fun begins.
Hold on. Okay.
Hey everyone, Jedi Mike 7 here, and I'm back with another video. And today, I hope you guys are having a great day. We'll be talking about the premiere of Miss Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel herself, the show Disney Plus, Miss Marvel. Right. Before we get started with this review, make sure you hit the subscribe button, comment, like, and share. And let me guys know what you thought about this premiere of Miss Marvel. Now, I gotta say, I'm just gonna give you my expectations before going into this review. That I was not expecting a lot from this show. I really was not. I was obviously I feel like I'm not the target audience. Not saying I'm not a fan of the character Miss Marvel of Kamala Khan. I think that she's a well written character. I think she's just not really one of my favorite in the MCU or at least in Marvel comics. But I can tell you this is that I was pleasantly surprised when I was seeing the trailers that come out, the tone of this, and especially the actors playing Kamala Khan and everything. I can say positively that this was a good premiere of this new character, a very popular character, at least for uh in Marvel Comics for younger audiences, right? She's a Muslim Pakistani character from Jersey. And I can guarantee you what they did when you watch this episode. Immediately, the tone you get it, the music you feel it. You know, we start off with the weekend music. They start off with the trailer, blinded lights and everything. And again, it felt a well paced premiere, a well paced episode. And I can say that for me positively, that what they did is that they, as a person who was not intrigued in the beginning, I can say I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Um, but yeah, when did we understand that Miss Marvel, again, she's a character in Marvel Comics. You know, she has the ability to grow her limbs and everything like that. Almost similar to Mr. Fantastic, but in the show they change it into a different ability, which some people have issues with. But also more interestingly is that interesting fact about her character in the comics that she's actually an Inhuman. If you play like the recent Avengers game on PS4 or on other platforms, yeah, Kamala Khan is a main character in that game. But yeah, and she's an Inhuman from the Terrigen Mist. Characters like Black Bolt, which you saw in the recent film Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. So yeah, but in the MCU, she's not. She got her powers from this bracelet that you see on her left hand, left wrist right here, which we'll see in the episode. But again, she's a very popular character, but she's more importantly a Marvel fan. She's a Avengers fan, a fanatic, right? Similar to Spider-Man. And one thing I really like what they did with this episode here is that they really gave an emphasis on tone, because I immediately thought, watching how the illustrations, the how animated this episode is and stuff, felt reminded me of Scott Pilgrim, one of my favorite films of all time. guilty pleasure films. Like even though it only had one movie, it was terrible at the box office. To me, it has a special place in my heart. I immediately thought Scott Pilgrim, and I know some of you probably thought it too. The way they they shot this episode, and just the tone they give to like when people are texting, the environment around them and everything, like almost like it's a comic book, right? And I like what they did here. Again, going to Kamala Khan here, like she's just a Marvel or Avengers fan, and shout out to the actress who played Kamala Khan here. I like that she made her very, very likable, right? Some people might have gripes with Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, played by Brie Larson. Really, I'm not really a fan of Captain Marvel, the movie. Personally, fan of Monica Rambeau. Hopefully, we'll see her in the Marvels along with Kamala Khan. But this character right here is very, very likable. Like you feel, and also you feel relatable to her. Much as I said previously that I didn't think that uh it target me as an audience member, and actually coming from someone who's also like a Nigerian American too, is like I relate to this, especially from parents, might be a little bit conservative about things, and especially being an only child, like a thing that she's going through in high school. I remember high school was not that was about 5 or 6 years ago, right, for me, and I can say it just took me right back to where I was. Like I felt that Kamala Khan could have been my friend in high school. She was very, very relatable, and wasn't also annoying. But it wasn't annoying. It was just relatable. I like what did, especially with some of her friends that she had around. Uh, her feeling crammed with life and her daydreaming and all this other stuff. I thought they did it very well again with the pacing of this episode and giving more introduction of her character. But the whole premise of this first episode was her trying to go to this Avengers con. One of her friends trying to make her dispute, but obviously her parents disagree, so she tried to escape and everything, and hope, and surprisingly things doesn't go her way. And again, like she's just a big Captain Marvel fan, right? But she has some friends here that's like trying to get her to go to this Avengers Con and stuff. And again, the I was getting a lot of Spider-Man Homecoming vibes, but also interesting. I was getting a lot of like Miles Morales Spider-Man vibes from Spider-Verse, right? You take some characters like this, like her friends. Like I thought their friends almost like similar to Genki, right? Again, the tone of this just felt very similar, and to me, I hope that when we see more Kamala Khan in the MCU, that hopefully we can get her with Miles Morales Spider Man or Peter Parker Spider Man, them interact with each other. I think that'd be great scenes for them to interact with and as the audience to see. But yeah, they give this aspect of that she's just trying to go to this Avengers Con and everything, and she's feeling the pressures of the world as a teenager might feel, right? And again, they change her abilities here because she find out that she has these abilities at the end of the episode at the Avengers Con when she has this bracelet that she got from her mother, or from I guess her aunt, her grandmother, whatever. Now, surprisingly enough, that her mother saw the bracelet and then she didn't tell her what it was. So I think we're gonna get teases of that at the end of end of the season. And But again, like her powers is more like she has projection of light, right? Now, I could say some of the visual effects of it looks a little bit kind of wonky of it, kind of getting used to. But again, give like what you saw here, similar to our powers in the comics, like she can extend her body, her force, but it's coming out of her, more similar to like Green Lantern from the DC universe, right? And But again, that's where we end off the episode with her discovering her powers after when she went home, she got caught and got grounded from her mother and everything like that. But again, surprisingly, what we do find is also MCU connections at the end of the film. I mean, end of the episode. We got one of the detectives from Spider-Man No Way Home saw that someone was recording this video of her, and they wanted to know who she is. Say, okay, bring her in. So I guess we're gonna have that storyline coming in later episodes. But again, her being a big Captain Marvel fan, like the way how she started out the first episode with her YouTube channel, her podcast and everything, like relatable. Again, her telling her side of the story of what happened in Avengers Endgame, her being the hero, and the main star, Captain Marvel. And again, the tone I emphasized about this, I was not expecting how much I liked this episode, but it was good. It really was good. Yeah, I felt to me it gave a similar tone that's familiar to the MCU, but again, it's different the way it's shot and everything. But again, this is a very, very popular character in the Marvel universe for for younger audiences, right? And she does have a fan base, right? And I'm just really happy that we get to see this type of representation of her character, and it's played in this way, also very respectfully, from her family, her culture, and everything like that. And it's not like it's just jammed in your face; it's just normal, right? As it should be, right? And hopefully, as we get later, more further into the season, that we get to get more dimensions to her character, and hopefully she can feel more whole as a teenager, and as she become part of a greater universe that she really just didn't realize how big it is now that she has these abilities. And we know for a fact that she will be in the upcoming Captain Marvel sequel, The Marvels, with Monica Rambeau, Tiana Paris, who was the woman from WandaVision, and also Brie Larson as Captain Marvel will be returning, and they'll all be in this film together. And I think it'll be coming here later in 2023, late 2023. So yes, be on the lookout for that. But maybe we might get some cameos of Brie Larson at the end of the series, possibly, and see where her connection is. But yeah, again, I really enjoyed what they did here. It's a good positive start to her character, and to me, I'm thinking that this is just a good start and leading towards the rest of the season. And now you have me, Miss Marvel show as a fan, and I think regardless whether you're not. This is not the audience for you. I encourage you to watch the show, and you might be surprised about it. Just giving some themes in the show, at least in this episode, that you feel was very relatable to you. As I had to kind of challenge myself to watch this, and it was very, very good. But yeah, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, comment, like, and share. That will conclude my review of episode 1 of season 1 of Miss Marvel. Again, I have upcoming content coming on my channel about reviews, news, and truth. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you won't miss up any upcoming videos from this channel. All right, till next time, guys. I'm Jedi Mike 7. Peace. We are out.